When we hear of Egypt, pyramids and deserts come to mind. But that is going to change soon as Egypt is going through a major transformation. Megaprojects worth billions of dollars are already in the construction phase, and once completed, Egypt will be completely transformed and no longer be related to deserts and barren lands. Cairo is set to be succeeded by a completely new administrative capital city that is part of the Megaproject. The most notable part of the new capital will be a colossal building that will soar into the sky and be the tallest building in the nation. You're watching YouTube channel Let's Get Techie. In today's video, we're going to talk about the insane Egyptian $45 billion megaproject and discuss how this amazing megaproject will reshape and elevate the historical nation of Egypt. So make sure to watch the video till the end, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any future videos we upload. Getting back to the video, the major infrastructure of the megaprojects is already underway in Egypt, and they are intended to form a new future for the North African nation. After many years of population growth and haphazard building, some of the world's largest projects are now being carried out in Egypt, ranging from the construction of the country's first high-speed train to the creation of entirely new towns. The new 700-square-kilometer desert capital was supposed to be located halfway between Cairo and the Suez Canal, and it was supposed to feature an airport larger than London Heathrow and a theme park 4 times the size of Disneyland. In addition, it would have hundreds of schools, mosques, hospitals, hotels, artificial lakes, and sustainable power plants. All of these were supposed to be connected to the old capital by a light rail system. In March of the previous year, a power station that was part of the Megaproject and was built by Siemens with a capacity of 4,800 megawatts was officially opened to the community. At the same time as pipelines are being installed to pump in fresh water from the Nile and desalination facilities near the Red Sea, development is also taking place on 3 major motorways simultaneously. In addition to a road that will connect it to the Cairo-Ain Sokhna highway, there will be 2 ring roads surrounding it that will connect it to the northern and southern parts of the nation. The infrastructure is progressing at a good pace thanks to approximately 20 mostly local firms that have been contracted to fill the void left by the Chinese developer who left after 6 months of the deal. The new Urban Communities Authority of Egypt, which is in charge of providing initial funding for the infrastructure, will eventually be able to repay its expenditures with money from private investors. Because the state budget will not be able to meet the cost of developing the new city, that cost will be covered by investments from outside the country. According to information provided by the government, the first phase of the new Capitol building would encompass a high-end residential area designated as R3, as well as government offices on around 40,000 of the city's 173,000 total acres. Alexandria Construction, Wadi El Nile General Contracting, Concord Construction, and Petrojet Real Estate are just some of the private developers that are planning to construct approximately 350 residential buildings there by the end of next year. Investors have already been drawn to Egypt's new capital city due to the comparatively inexpensive cost of land there in comparison to Egypt's other expanding suburbs. Additionally, the fact that developers can build taller in the new city has also been a draw for investors. In contrast to other Egyptian towns, where you're only permitted to develop up to 4 stories tall, the contractors are given permission to construct buildings with 7 and in some cases 8 floors. While residential developers hurry to get in on the ground floor of Egypt's latest real estate boom, there are still no actual investments in hospitals or schools, for instance, that would serve these new people. In addition to constructing luxurious homes, a local company, Wadi Degla Developments, plans to create a private fitness center for residents exclusively. In addition, the city will be constructed using cutting-edge methods, and it will operate with several innovations. Sources indicate that this area will soon be home to residential developments where solar panels will be installed on the rooftops of all the buildings to ensure that homeowners generate all the energy they need without sacrificing comfort or aesthetics. The new capital will have a central green combination of open water and planted greenery twice the size of New York's Central Park. So the project is also being sold as an effort to tackle pollution and make Egypt greener. Besides these attractions, the city is home to the largest church in the Middle East, as well as the second largest mosque in the world. In addition, the Egyptian government believes that the new capital would generate almost 2 million additional jobs. The future capital has also promised 15 square meters of green space for every resident. The plan is being promoted as a proactive measure to reduce pollution. And in the midst of all these building projects, the news about the towers that will rise in the city's core is among the most significant. Apart from that, many of the proposed skyscrapers in the future Egyptian capital city will be the highest in the world. While the Burj Khalifa in Dubai is already the highest man-made skyscraper in the world, Egypt's new capital tower will surpass it. This endeavor is part of the government's larger, more comprehensive development programs. And it's not just a towering structure that's being built here. It goes beyond that, of course. The new city is an integrated economic district, educational hub, and all-around model neighborhood. This metropolis is getting $45 billion in funding. It will be the ultimate future-forward, high-tech, smart metropolis where credit cards and a centralized payment system will replace the usage of cash for all transactions. Contracts originally made with Emirati businesses were later voided, and new contracts were negotiated with Chinese firms after it was announced that private sector funding rather than state coffers would be used to finance construction. There has been a 60% completion rate thus far on this project. There has also been some backlash against the ambitious plan to construct a whole new capital city, with urbanists arguing that the proposed structures are too large to be consistent with contemporary architectural ideals. It is also feared that military, which is aggressively financing development, would gain more from the establishment of a new capital city than regular citizens. Although this initiative is promoted as ecologically friendly and beneficial to society at large, one electrician from Cairo's poor Imbaba neighborhood told Reuters that the military stands to gain the most. Of course, the Egyptian president will gain from this. Others in Cairo have pointed out the hypocrisy of the government spending tens of billions of dollars on this, while simultaneously urging citizens to cut expenses. A spokesperson for the new capital named Elvis Eni responded by assuring residents that the government is working to address all of the issues that have plagued the nation in the past. Another economist, Ahmed Al-Shami, stated that smart transportation contributed to the maximum efficiency of road and traffic management by allowing for better transportation system administration. He went on to say that building out in the desert will help ease traffic in the city center and make it possible for neighborhoods to become more connected. The Egyptian government loses millions of dollars annually due to traffic, and any effort to reduce these costs would greatly benefit the economy. According to a study prepared by the World Bank in 2014 that estimated the cost of congestion in Greater Cairo to be the equivalent of 3.6% of GDP, which is much higher than some of the other major cities. Analysts are of the view that cutting travel times and traffic congestion will help reduce people's everyday pressures, hence boosting their productivity. So this project is much more than just building roads and bridges for the future of the people. Overall, these megaprojects will play a significant role in rewriting Egypt's modern narrative. When finished, they will have created a more progressive and superior version of Egypt on the global map. That's all for today's video, guys. What do you think of Egypt's new capital city? Do you think it's feasible to construct a new capital out in the desert? Tell us your views in the comments section. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Until then, cheers.